Hi, welcome back to our channel. We're here today with Gazelle.
Today we're going to be showing you guys how to make recovery food, explaining why to use it, how to use it, knowing how much to feed, when to feed it, and where to get it.
So you can get this on Amazon. We do have Sherwood brand, we really like them. You can also get Oxbow's version, they're both on Amazon. You just want to make sure that it says herbivore because they do sell other ones for different animals, and that would be very sad if you feed them the wrong one.
Just stick to the guinea pig one.
We're going to show you how to mix it, blend it, and feed it to them, and different syringes that we use.
You'll need water, recovery food, a bowl, and a syringe. We're mixing a couple scoops of recovery food into a bowl with some water. We're just winging it and trying to get a pudding-like consistency that's thick but still thin enough to fit into a syringe. If you want to use the directions on the back, it says to use 1 tablespoon of the food with 3 tablespoons of water.
We're making enough for 2 feeding sessions. You don't want to make too much because it does go bad, but you can store it in the refrigerator for up to 24 hours. As we mentioned earlier, you do want a pudding-like consistency, but as you can see here, we did make it a little too thick. It's okay to keep adding water to get the consistency that is needed to fit in a syringe.
There are 2 different syringes that we use. There's the 10 ml and the 1 ml. It doesn't really matter which one you use. You can go ahead and try both and see which one you and your piggy prefer. We're grabbing 10 ml into the syringe and feeding it to Gazelle right here to demonstrate how to feed it to your piggy. Make sure to avoid feeding too much too quickly since it can be a choking hazard. When it comes to how much to feed, it really depends on what your guinea pig needs. Gazelle here just needs a little boost, so we're only feeding about 10 milliliters once or twice a day. But for pigs who are not eating and not pooping, they need hourly or every couple hours to have food in their gut and keep their system running. Otherwise, their body can start to shut down, which can be fatal. While it's important to not underfeed, it's just as important to avoid overfeeding. A safe range to feed is anywhere between 10 to 20 milliliters per feeding session. Some pigs that need maximum support can eat significantly more, but most pigs who need a bit extra support will usually let you know when they're done. Even if a pig is being difficult or fighting you off, it's important that they get at least 10 to 15 milliliters per feeding session, especially if they need it. Another important thing to keep in mind is to make sure that your pig is actually chewing and swallowing the food and not just putting it in their mouth and spitting it back out. So now we're going to show you some tips when feeding with a 1 milliliter syringe. The opening is often too small and makes it difficult to get the recovery food in the syringe, so we usually cut off the tip to allow for a bit wider opening and easier feeding. Sometimes the 1 ml is useful for really difficult pigs since it can be gently pushed into their mouth and feeds a little bit at a time. Make sure to not put the syringe too far in, but it can safely go in about 1 inch. Please do not put them on their backs in order to avoid choking. They should be standing on all 4s if possible. If you're having a difficult time feeding your pig, you can try the burrito technique, where you wrap them up in a towel or blanket so their little legs can't flail around and fight you off. Their head should be sticking out, but make sure they're not being squished too tightly. Something to keep in mind is that recovery food isn't just for hospice or geriatric pigs. It can be given in a variety of situations, such as if your pig is having teeth issues and struggling to eat, or if they have broken or lost teeth and need extra food until it grows back. You can also give it if they're not eating as much because of pain or discomfort from other health issues.
So that's it. Now you know what to do if your guinea pig needs some recovery food or if they're just not eating and you need to supplement them a little bit.
Yeah, we hope this helps you.
If you have any other extra tips on recovery food or how to feed it or how to hold them or any other tips that might be relevant, go ahead and comment them below. Thank you.
Bye-bye.